In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Jonathan Mogbo and why he was picked by the Toronto Raptors. He's just absolutely amazing. There's actually a lot of... I'm surprised he didn't go in the first round. Anyways, let's get down. Let's check him out really quickly. If you want to be able to shoot the basketball better, make sure to go check out my shooting workout that is down in the description below. So one thing that he does do, what we see in this clip right here, is he really pounds away at low post players. And while he's able to do this at the college level, he's going to be very limited at who and what and when he's able to do this in the NBA. We have to remember that NBA players most likely have been around between 5 and about 8 years in the NBA at his position, which means that they're going to have a lot of added muscle versus other guys who has been guarding him at the college level. So while he is not going to be able to do moves like this very often, his 6'9" frame with a 7-foot plus wingspan is going to allow him to do this eventually at the NBA level. The one thing that I really like about him is stuff like this right here. When he's cutting backdoor or using a back screen, he's able to catch these lobs. He's able to be in the right position, and if he has teammates on the Raptors, which he does, like Scotty Barnes, who will take players away from him who are his size, he may be able to get to the rim like this very easily. Now, one thing that he does extremely well is he uses his body size to his advantage. So what we see right here is his ability to get his shoulder into the body of that defender. He's able to do this inside of his player cylinder, which then creates a gap between himself and that defender. As we can see right here, there is a big enough gap between himself and his defender so that he is able to get that shot off pretty cleanly. Now, he missed it here, but he was able to follow it up with a tip slam. Now, considering how off balance he is in this clip, where he was leaning way back here to then finish with a tip slam, is very, very high athleticism. He must have one heck of a strong core to be able to do that, and if he has a strong core, he is going to be able to perform very similarly at the NBA level. Now, I think that the Raptors picked him because of his ability to pass. Now, if they run him in the high post, and I'm pretty sure that his home is going to be pretty well in that circle, plus about maybe 5 feet. So from this spot where he is at right now is probably going to be his home, at least very early on in his NBA career. And being able to make passes, as we see right here, where teammates are cutting backdoor. Sometimes I've got other clips where he's got teammates who are cutting baseline because somebody is overplaying on defense. He's able to make these passes extremely cleanly. Like this pass was just absolutely perfect, right on target, and his teammate was able to finish right at the rim. Making passes, as we see right here, will allow him to get more court time with the Toronto Raptors. Now, one thing that I do have to mention is what are ways that Jonathan Mogbo are going to be able to get more playing time. First one is defense. Defense is extremely important. If he can play defense at the NBA level, he's going to get more court time very easily. Next is rebounding. If he can get rebounds, he is going to get more playing time. And if he can get assists, these are his 3 keys to success at the NBA level with the Toronto Raptors. If he can do defense, if he can get rebounds, if he can get assists, he is going to be getting more playing time. If he's able to do these 3 things, scoring is what comes next. And of course, scoring is what gets you paid. Rebounding and scoring. And if you can do those 2 things, guess what? You're going to be a very wanted player. What we see right here is his ability to play defense on a very active player. And what he's able to do here is he's able to stay low. He's able to make it tough. The player picked up the ball early. At this time, they switched the coverage. Jonathan Mogbo is now guarding a totally different position, and he's able to stay in front of his man. He's able to stay low on his toes. Even at this point, he's still ready to pivot. He's still able to go wherever he needs to go. However, this player picks up that ball, and that player shoots the ball. And because Jonathan Mogbo has a massive wingspan, he is a very good on his toes defender on ball. He is able to block this 3-point shot. Now, they played him a ton in that high post. I might be a little bit worried about this because with the Toronto Raptors, they like to use a lot of the perimeter game. They don't use a ton of the high post anymore. However, they still get a couple of plays in the high post. They don't do many ISOs as they did when we had Marc Gasol. However, they may go back to that style offense next year. We don't know. However, with him in the high post, it's actually quite interesting because he has a lot of options and a lot of moves in his bag to be able to get to that rim. And what he does right here is a one quick dribble, second dribble, and at this point he makes body contact. If you are a high post or a low post player or somebody who gets majority of their points within this area, you need to understand that body contact early will allow you to create a gap between yourself and that defender. Here he literally overwhelms this defender. He's able to spin off. He's able to use his arm. I need to go back just a millisecond. Watch this right here. He uses his elbow right there to lock that defender behind him. This is what I call a veteran move. If you are able to do this, you are going to be a very good player in the low post because that elbow, that chicken wing, whatever you want to call it, is going to allow you to get these easy baskets as we see right here. Now, Jonathan Mogbo is not going to be looked upon as a main guy type of scorer. He is not going to be coming in as a Scottie Barnes, even though he has a very similar body style and player archetype, I guess you could say, as a Scottie Barnes. He needs to be able to learn how to shoot a better three-point shot. However, he has a very good shooting form, so that does help. He's a very good mid-range player. He's a very good low post player. He's able to get rebounds. He's able to pass, and he's able to play defense. Those are the three keys, in my opinion, to his success. If he's able to get a lot of assists and help his teammates score, if he's able to get a lot of rebounds, and if he's able to play defense at the NBA level, he is going to get more playing time, which then allows you to be a little bit more risky on offense because you're doing your three main things right. And if those three things are what he needs to do and he stays on the court, then he can go from maybe a 2 or 4 point scorer to being a third line type of scorer, where if the first, second option are not there, he will turn into a third option. And then he can move himself up eventually over the years into potentially being that second main scorer on the team. Maybe even first scorer. Maybe he'll take over for his friend Scottie Barnes. But either way, these are his keys to success. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. And if you are a player looking to get more playing time, definitely use keys to success. Ask your coach, what can I do to stay on the court longer? Do those three things, and then you can become more of a scorer, and then you can get even more playing time. I hope that this video has helped. Make sure to go check out my shooting workout that is down in the description below, and I will see you guys again in my next video.